Good morning, Desert Sands Unified School District. This is Sean Webb. I'm your Director of Community Engagement, and you are watching Classroom Conversations. This is actually episode 22. Pretty exciting, where we engage the Desert Sands Unified community. I want to go ahead and thank the Desert Sands Educational Foundation for providing this format for us, and where we can go ahead and highlight our community. And I want to go ahead and read their mission statement. The Desert Sands Educational Foundation secures funding and awards money to provide supplemental resources that enrich and enhance student learning in Desert Sands Unified School District. And they do that with their vision statement. In partnership with public and private sectors, Desert Sands Educational Foundation financially supports creative and innovative programs that enrich and enhance educational experience in academics, the arts, and extracurricular activities that engage all students in the district. So as we do all the time, we partner with our schools. And today we have La Quinta High School who's going to join us. And they're going to talk about what they're doing with the FAFSA. They also have one of their alumni that are going to join us on screen here shortly, Riley Lopez, who graduated from the Public Service Academy at La Quinta High in 2019. Then we're going to go over some social media and some campus. But let me go ahead and bring on Chef Mary. Good morning, Chef Mary. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing well. I'm back on the road again. Of course, you know that, back in Big Bear. And it was 40 degrees here this morning. And There definitely fall is in the air. There's leaves all over the patio. The chill is there. It's pretty exciting. Little quick update. I don't think they've opened the forest to visitors yet. Still on a closed situation.
Okay.
Our office is closed for the season until snow comes back in December.
Oh, so they made an official decision.
They made an official decision, so we'll be doing some, preliminary things to get ready for the winter months, and just a lot of administrative and paperwork, getting people in and out, and interviewing people for the winter. So a little shout out if you're coming to Big Bear and you want a job. They're hiring for the winter season.
Okay.
And they've got a really good pay structure, good benefits, good hours. Just have to find a place to live.
Okay.
But otherwise, everything is fine. I'm 2 days into my birthday.
Are you offering any lodging for people?
It depends on who they are.
Okay. We won't go any further than that. Okay, so I want to get right to it because I know that our La Quinta High counselors are very busy today, and we're very fortunate to have one of them with us today, and that's Mr. No. How you doing, Mr. No?
Hi, Mr. Webb. Hi, Chef Mary. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday to you. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to talk about the FAFSA and everything going on at La Quinta High with that. But I'll let you go ahead and say hello to Chef Mary.
Good morning, Chef Mary.
Good morning. How are you? I miss you again at our coffee clutches in the morning. And I still have that wonderful scarf you gave me when we had our little farewell luncheon at the school. It came in quite handy last year with about 5 feet of snow every time we turned around. Oh,
Mr. No, I'm sorry to interrupt the FAFSA talk, but we have somebody who's bombing in from outside the desert that knows Chef Mary, and we're going to bring her in real quick, and this has been happening all week. Good morning, Francini. How are you?
Hi, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to jump in real quick and offer a big happy birthday to Chef Mary, because I didn't get a chance to actually hop on Tuesday, but Sean's giving me an opportunity today, and just wishing you a happy birthday for the entire month, because you deserve it, and a lot of blessings and a lot of happiness.
Oh, thank you, Francine. It was good to see you. I just remember all the good times we had with you and Sean, and the wedding and all the fun stuff, and you look happy, and that's good.
Yes, absolutely. That was the best day of my life, and you were a part of that. And for those that don't know, Chef Mary, with the students from La Quinta High School, catered our wedding, and the food was just amazing. Everybody enjoyed it. We enjoyed having the students there and being part of such an important day for us. So thank you, Chef Mary.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. It was our honor. We had a great time. It was a good experience for the students, and thank you for treating them so well. That was awesome. Absolutely. For them to see how hard they can treat them so well. So, and you have an anniversary just came up recently or something?
Yes, it did. It was 24th, so 2 years March 24th. Is that right? Oh my gosh, I'm already lost count. Hopefully Sean's not watching this. Sean is my husband as well. His name's Sean. So, but yes, 2 years.
Yes.
So time flies for sure.
It does. It does.
I want to point out.
Well, come to Big Bear.
I know it's probably a lot cooler up there. So we've been meaning to
Yes.
go up there to visit.
So Philip, you're just part of a product of what's going on here. So I'm sorry, but we also have another person that wants to wish Chef Mary a happy 80th birthday, and she's actually works very closely with Francine. So Francine, I'm going to leave you on screen for a second, so you can say hello to this person as well. But
Sure.
stream bombing again for Chef Mary. We have Mary Perry.
Mwah. Hi, Mary. Happy birthday. You are so gorgeous.
Oh,
I don't know how you can convince people that you're anything other than 60. I mean, seriously. No,
Oh, I know. Maybe my facelift doctor.
you'll have to share him with me. But happy birthday. I'm so glad that you're taking some time to really
Oh,
celebrate.
thank you, honey.
And you're right, Francine, love working with you. Preferably during good times rather than bad, but it's nice to know that we always have each other to reach out to. And Phil, happy Thursday. Good to see you too.
Good to see you, Mary.
Some great people you have on here, Sean.
You know, we're very fortunate that Mary's got a good web of friends, as I like to say.
Yep.
And
Well,
we're
I'm thinking about applying, but I think do you have to know how to ski, Mary? You were talking about their job openings. You need to know how to ski because I don't.
Well, you can. Are you a cashier? Can you be a
Oh, yeah, I
cashier?
could do that. When I was in high school, so yeah, I could do that.
perfect.
Are you not-
Well, Mary, you just can come up here and sit and eat with me. We'll just go over there and eat.
Okay, you're saying though you wouldn't trust me in the kitchen. Is that pretty much what you're saying?
Probably so.
Well, you know what? We have to go on with our FAFSA information and so forth. But Francine, thank you for joining us from Beaumont. Mary Perry, thank you for joining us from across campus here. And we'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Geez, Mary, you get everybody to visit you. So much fun.
I know. No more interruptions from Mr. Noe. He's our star today.
There we go. So here we go. Mr. No, we're ready to talk financial aid. And then you let me know when you want me to bring on our alumni that's going to talk about financial aid as well.
Okay, sounds good. So as I think most of us know, the FAFSA CATA application opened up exactly a week ago today on October 1st. There is a 3-month window for students to be able to fill out the application. I'm sorry, did I say 3 months? I think it's 5 months. Until March 2nd is the deadline that they need to submit the application by. But we always encourage students to fill the application out ASAP. And the reason for that is that we want them to be able to maximize the amount of aid that they're able to receive.
Right.
So if they can submit that as soon as they can, that would be the most beneficial for them in order to help them pay for whatever post-secondary option that they're looking to go to. And then you can see on this slide here the 2 different websites that you would access depending on whether or not you're going to fill out the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act application.
And in regards to that, Mr. No, in regards to like getting your application as soon as possible, these buckets of money, these grants and scholarships that they only have so much, right?
Exactly. So it's not, thank you for that. Yeah, so it's not an unlimited pool of amount of money that they're pulling from, but that's why we encourage kids, again, fill that out as soon as you can, because if you wait closer to the March 2nd deadline, you might not receive as much aid as you would have if you filled it out earlier. So
Exactly. Most definitely. Okay.
To the next slide. So we'll get the question from students, which application do I fill out? Am I supposed to fill out the FAFSA application or am I supposed to fill out the CATA? So on this slide, you can see if you're a US citizen or a permanent resident, you would fill out the FAFSA application. If you are undocumented or a DACA student, you'd fill out the California DREAM Act application. Sometimes we'll explain this to students and they'll still be a little bit unsure which application to fill out. So sometimes I'll kind of just say it, if you have a social security number, then you're going to fill out the FAFSA. If you don't have a social security number, you're going to fill out the California DREAM Act.
Exactly.
As a reminder, not knowing your social and not having a social, two totally different things.
Yeah, completely. So definitely confirm that with your parent or guardian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then on the third slide here, so we're offering different ways to help kids with the application. So we know it could be a little bit intimidating for some students and families to fill it out because there are multiple pages to the application, and there's private information that they're asking for, like how many are in your house, how much did you make in 2019. So to kind of ease any reservations that students or families have, we have different events here at our La Quinta High School campus that would help them with the application. So the first thing is that we do have 3 different Cash for College events. Our first one was this past Tuesday, and all the counselors were pretty pleased with how it went. We had about 90 kids show up. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we had kids from our Medical Health Academy. We had our special ed department join us on Zoom. And the really nice thing is when we had those 80 or 90 so kids with us, we were able to put them in different breakout rooms depending on what their needs were.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. So we had a FSAID breakout room. We had a breakout room for kids that needed help with their CADA application. If students were more comfortable meeting one-to-one with a counselor, we had a breakout room for them.
Okay.
So we were pleased with how it went. So we are going to have 2 more Cash for College events, one on next Tuesday, actually, on October 13th. And then our third one will be 3 weeks after that on November 3rd.
Okay.
We're looking to tweak it a little bit just to kind of improve on, how it went this past Tuesday, but we're excited for these 2 additional workshops that we're going to offer for the kids.
Okay, excellent. And then, it's always great that when we're on social media, we can also, not just talk to the adults that are watching right now, but students and alumni and so forth can see this. And I see that we have an alumni that's watching this from La Quinta. I was there when she was a student, and she just said this is a great resource for students. And that just, that's proof in the pudding there, Philip, that you guys are doing great stuff in offering these opportunities for all the students to participate in. One thing I would love to do, I think this would be a great opportunity to bring on Riley, maybe to talk about some of her experiences during this process.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Excellent. Perfect. Hey, Riley, how you doing?
Hi, how are you guys?
Excellent, excellent. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, where you're from, and where you're at right now.
Okay, so my name's Riley Lopez, for everyone who doesn't know me. I am a 2019 La Quinta High School graduate. I was actually born out here, so I know the Indio La Quinta area very well. I'm at my house right now, and I go to Cal Poly Pomona now, and I'm a sophomore, and my major is a criminology major.
Okay. And criminology major, I'm guessing with that type of major, you probably went through the Public Service Academy.
Yes, I did. I actually had both teachers, Mr. Diaz and
Mr. Schmidt.
Mr. Schmidt.
Yeah, Mr. Schmidt. Slipping my mind. But yeah, I had them both. Shout out to you guys. Love you guys.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So we've been talking a lot about the FAFSA.
Mm-hmm.
If maybe you could talk about some of your experiences that Mr. No was talking about in regards to that process.
So I am a first-year college student, first one in my household to go to college. So it was a different experience for me. FAFSA was very intimidating because I didn't know anything about it. My family didn't know anything about how to apply, how to apply for FAFSA, what to do really. And so all these events that you guys were talking about actually really helped educate me on, which one I needed and what information I needed for my parents to be able to do it on my own and with a counselor. And so I was able to do it. And I recommend that everyone does it as soon as possible, as Mr. No was saying, because it actually pays for pretty much all of my tuition, 80% of my tuition.
Oh, wow.
It actually helps me be able to go to a university and have that money to spend on housing and my books and everything else that I need. And of course, every person's different. It depends on your family's income and how soon you apply and stuff like that. But from my experience, it was really worth it, and everyone should at least try. It doesn't take longer than 15 minutes and actually helped me be able to go to a university. It's a pretty easy process.
Okay.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah, to have 80% of your education taken care
Yeah.
of and so forth. That's absolutely
I'm
fantastic.
really grateful, and
Yeah,
I still
that's really
apply
good.
for it every semester in college. So it's not something that goes away. You keep applying for it, and it gets easier and easier now, especially through a university. They give you a link, and it has most of your information. So all you have to do is click reapply. So the first time is the hardest, and that's still easy, and then it just gets easier and easier. And stuff like that.
So I'll tell you the difference between yourself, Riley, and doing those forms, and myself, and probably Mr. No when he had to fill out his. I don't know about you, Philip, but I had to do the long form every time.
By hand, that's right. Yeah.
By hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we were really sophisticated if we could type it in with a typewriter.
Right. But you couldn't erase though.
I would lose my mind.
Yeah, but that's fantastic that you have all those opportunities just by filling out a form that you said took about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it took about 15 minutes, and that's with my parent information and stuff. You want to get all that first, whether it's on a piece of paper, and make sure you hang on to it and throw it away. That's personal information. So
Right.
on a piece of paper or a card or on a phone, take your pictures, and then make sure you have all that going into applying for your FAFSA.
And I'm guessing that since it took you such a quick time to do it, you had all of that right there. So you probably had your parents' information that you needed. Right?
Yeah. My parents' information, and if your parents don't want to disclose with you, what their income is and their personal information, they're more than welcome to call or be there with you to help you fill that out, and they can fill out that information for you. Would actually help me a lot because my mom actually helped me fill out a lot of that information of her personal stuff that contributed to my FAFSA money.
Okay, excellent. It looks like we have another La Quinta alum that's on here that says they are missing La Quinta High School. I'm not sure if you know this student, but I believe she graduated around the same time as you. But
Sure, I don't see the profile picture, but hi.
Okay. There you go. So Riley, what I'd like to do is I know that Mr. No has a couple more slides.
Mhm.
And I'd like to keep you on screen here so that we can have you answer any questions that we may have come up. Because I know that I'll tell you, Chef Mary is one of the best with asking questions here when it comes about this types of information.
Oh, I know. I have a big one.
Stay
So
on.
let me go ahead and take that banner so it doesn't cover your face there. Take that off. There we go.
There
But
you go.
Mr. No, why don't you go ahead and continue with your info here?
Sure. And then can I just mention one thing that, or add to what Riley had said about if even for students that don't think, that they're going to qualify for financial aid because maybe their thing is, oh, my parents make too much money, so what's the point in filling this out? There are some scholarships and grants that universities offer. And in order to receive those grants and scholarships, you do need to fill out the FAFSA.
I'll be the first to say I'm an example of that. My parents did not want me to fill it out for my undergrad, and they said we make too much. And I went to a state school, and it was much different tuition than state and private, especially 25 years ago. But it wasn't until I went to grad school when I filled out the application, because I was now independent, I was on my own and so forth. But I was shocked on how much of my education was just given to me by filling out that form with the grants and so forth. So it's definitely valuable to fill that out, regardless of who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the other ways that we want to help support the kids, or if you can go back one slide, I'm sorry.
You got it. No problem.
So we are offering from October 13th, which is next Tuesday, until December 15th, which is the Tuesday before we go on Christmas break. During office hours, we are allowing anyone that needs help with their FAFSA or CATA application to click on that office hours link, and then all 6 counselors will be available to help. And so all 6 of us will be there waiting for kids to show up. And then similar to Cash for College, we can answer any general questions that they have. But if they want it to be broken up into separate breakout rooms to meet one-to-one with a counselor, that option is also available to them.
Okay. That's outstanding that you guys have these breakout rooms. And I'll be the first to say I'm just learning Zoom and about all those breakout rooms and so forth. It's just pretty cool, the technology and what you're able to do with it.
Yeah, I just learned it this past Tuesday. So it's super easy. And, kids seem to like it. So
Okay.
I'm a big fan.
Okay.
So, Mr. No, I do have a question for you. Once they have filled out the application and the funding is approved, walk us through how that funding goes from where it comes from to the student.
Sure. So once they fill out the application, the information is going to be sent to the college that they had indicated on their application. So the university's financial aid office will have the FAFSA that they submitted, And based on all of the information that they provided, specifically their household income from 2019, they would be awarded a financial aid package. So kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, that's why it's beneficial to fill this out as soon as they can. That way they can maximize the amount of financial aid that they could potentially receive.
Riley,
And so
go ahead, Chef Mary. Sorry.
do they physically have access to those funds, or do those funds go to the school?
No, so they physically have access to those funds. And I don't know if Riley could maybe explain a little bit how it worked for her over at Cal Poly, but it would directly go into their bank account. So it would be deposited every month, and then they'd be able to use that for any college fees that they have, which would basically be tuition, books, or living expenses.
So Riley, did you have to account for what you spent out of those funds?
So with my school, Cal Poly Pomona, we have a Bronco Direct, and that way the funds actually go into our balance, and we can kind of see, because I don't really want to touch that money, you know what I mean? It's just in my balance, So it stays in there, and then when it's time, I can submit, a certain amount and stuff like that. So I don't have it actually in my Chase bank account.
Okay.
So I have it through my Cal Poly account where it's sent, and then you get to see, what it is and what I want to use that for.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mary, they're not. It's not like they just dumped $80,000 into a Chase account or anything like that. They put it into their college account.
Yeah,
there's a process to access those funds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's really hard to access those funds. No.
Yeah.
So do these funds have to be repaid?
These funds are something that's given to you when you apply based on, your family's income and, where you decide to go to college. So it's nothing that you need to pay back. But it's also nothing that you can use for anything else. It's strictly school, and they make sure it's that way. It's their books, tuition, boarding, stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's just good to know. I think people wonder how, how those funds go, are handled. Awesome.
Yep. And Mr. No, do you have some more information for us?
Yeah, I do. And can I just kind of add an additional comment? There are differences between loans and scholarships. So loans that you qualify for based off of your FAFSA, that is money that you have to pay back.
Okay.
But scholarships and grants, that's free money that you do not have to pay back.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And Mr. No, I do have your screen here where we've got some other things.
Yeah, I think I have two more. I just wanted to show you on our website, we do have some different turnkeys available for students to get additional help with their financial or their FAFSA and their CADA application. So I apologize, I should have included a slide before this one, but if you go to our main website, on the menu bar at the top, you'll see a counseling tab. If you just hover over that counseling tab and then click on College and Career Center, then you'll be taken to this page, and then you'll notice the third tab on the left, financial aid. If they click on that, it'll take them to the next slide. And then on this slide, they can just go ahead and click on any of these that would answer any additional questions that they have regarding the FAFSA or the CADA application. So they can get information about their FSA ID, how to add schools to their application. So there's really nice 1 to 2 minute videos that kids can access to basically answer a lot of questions that they may have.
And this is all on the La Quinta High School Career Center website.
It's live now, yeah. And then before I forget, I also wanted to mention that counselors are available for one-to-one appointments as well. So if they wanted to schedule those, if some of the options that I mentioned just aren't feasible for them, they're more than welcome to call, email their counselors, and they're more than willing to meet with them one-to-one.
Okay, excellent. And they can email you. That's fantastic. Get a hold of you that way. I know that you guys got a great social media presence, and you guys do that, as well as I know that they can call, and Daniel's there to answer the phone and take messages for you guys.
That's right.
Definitely. So Riley, I want to ask one last question before we let you go. I'm sorry, it's not all the time that we get an alumni on with us, so it's
thank you for having me
here with us. If maybe you could talk a little bit, what are classes looking like for you right now at Cal Poly?
So I do have trouble with online learning, switching numbers around, letters around. It's just hard. So I encourage people to print out when they need to print out, whether it's a worksheet, my exams, my quizzes, I print all that out to write on. But this semester I should be finishing up all my GEs And I just started my first major course, which is an intro to criminology, and it's actually been really good.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about it, that I chose that major and that it's going good for me. So.
Okay, excellent.
So it's been good. Teachers, professors have been really good. Everyone's still learning, so they'll be good to anyone.
Okay, excellent. Chef Mary, do you have any last questions for these guys before we move on to our next topic?
No, I think it's really admirable, and I envy that you have this career. I always thought it would be just fascinating. There's so many elements of it and the opportunities with it. So good for you and good luck for you and working and going to school and making all this work out. And your attitude is wonderful. I mean, it's great. And thank you for sharing that information. I know when I was at the school, we were working with students filling out applications for various, funds and whatever. And it was a challenge. Information that they didn't really want to, talk about, and parents were reluctant. And so it is a process. And I'm glad, Mr. Know, that your counselors are there to pull them through that. Because I think any one of us, when we have to fill out a form, and it seems like when it starts to add that fourth question, you're like, oh, no, I don't know if I really want to. Yeah. I've done more applications than you can imagine when they went, oh, I don't think I want to do this. So I think that's good you're there to give them that comfortable, so that warm fuzzy.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's the message that we want to get across is, we're willing to help, either in big groups, individually, one-to-one. So we just want them to feel comfortable and just know that there's options out there for them.
Yeah, most definitely. And Riley, once again, best wishes in college and so forth. Hey, you've got my email address. Please reach out to us when you're that next level or that next part of your college career, your professional career.
An update.
We'd love to have you back on. Yeah, we'd love to have an update. That'd be absolutely amazing.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Riley, have a good one. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Riley.
Happy birthday month.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Awesome.
Hey, Philip, before I let you go, any predictions with the NBA Finals?
Yeah, well, originally, I'm a huge Lakers fan, as you can see. I actually thought that Miami was going to win in 6, so what do I know?
Okay. Hey, before I have you get off, I do want to point out we have a person, Chef Mary, that says, do you remember me? And I said, it's been a long time. Noah Schiffman?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't recognize the name either, but he says, hi, Chef Mary, do you remember me? So
refresh my memory.
You know what? They probably will with a comment here. Who knows? Hey, Philip,
maybe don't print.
That wasn't a former student of yours either.
That name does not sound familiar, yeah.
Okay. You never know. Who knows? We might be getting a little joke pranked on us. You never know. But Philip, thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and let you go off screen here. I actually have another La Quinta High person that's going to be joining us, our PE department, Mr. Monroy. Philip, thank you.
All right. Bye, Chef Mary.
Mr. Monroy, how you doing?
Oh my gosh, how are you?
Good. How are you? Nice to see you, Chef Mary. Nice to see you.
Who is this? Now I know who you are.
So welcome to Classroom Conversations. As I've shared with you, we highlight and we talk about everything Great Desert Sands, and we partner with our schools. And the reason why, Mary, we have Mark on with us today, let me go ahead and switch the screen around here a little bit so we don't chop off our heads. But we've got a fundraiser going on. And Mark, why don't you tell us about this?
Yeah, so this year I'm the senior class advisor, and with the things going on, it's been really tough, and we've been working really hard to come up with some ideas to get some funds for the seniors so they can do some of the things that they are planning to do. And we spent like 2 weeks trying to come up with ways to fundraise, and we found this fundraiser, and I think it's going to be great. It's for Panda Express. And I know a lot of people like Panda Express, so we're urging people to help out the class of 2021, so they can have a good second half of the year and full year really. But so how it works is basically on October 14th, which is this Wednesday coming up. You can order as soon as the store opens. Any store in the whole country. Okay. You can purchase food from them, and we will get a portion of the proceeds that comes from that. And you can order online, pick up at the store, and use the code that is on that flyer 900538, and that will give basically the 28% towards the class of 2021, which is awesome. And we thought this was awesome because it doesn't only have to be the people here in the Valley or here just in the city of La Quinta.
Yeah,
It can
definitely.
be nationwide. You know, we have family members all over the place. So this would be great if we can get some help for the senior class.
I'll tell you, with just having Chef Mary on alone, Mark, I'll tell you. So she's got family members on the East Coast that are definitely going to see this, and I know that if they're anything like Chef Mary, she has quite the palate to serve people. But her own palate, she loves Jack in the Box and she loves Panda, so I know that she'll definitely support you.
All right.
That's always my go-to. It's just a great breakfast. I think I like to go in there and have breakfast, and the choices, the food is so fresh, and it's just great. It's fun to just go in there and sit there and just eat their little shop.
Yeah, but no, this is fantastic that Panda does this. This is the first time that I've heard of a company, like I've heard of this all the time. You know, get 20%, you promote a dine out, but this is fantastic. 28%? That's huge, as
definitely.
as the opportunity to do it all over the country. So people's families, you know, if you want to order that day, hey, order Panda Express, put in that code, and help out La Quinta High Schools.
Absolutely.
Class. Yeah,
absolutely.
Hey, Chef Mary, guess who put me in contact with Mr. Monroy to make sure that we highlight this? We had her on earlier.
Mary Perry?
No, Alyssa from La Quinta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so she did a fantastic job with raising, I want to say something crazy like $5,000 worth of supplies, and obviously help out the senior class with their activities. But Mr. Monroy, you sent me the flyer. I'll make sure to highlight it on every episode that we have up until that day. We've got another episode on Tuesday. I'll make sure to bring it up in our meal distributions and so forth. But trust me, we will definitely do our part to help advertise for you.
Yeah,
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I'll post it on Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you. We really appreciate that. Definitely.
Go to Panda Express on Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely.
Put in the promotion code, because it doesn't hurt them to do that.
Right.
And they can have lunch or dinner or takeout.
And the beautiful thing about Panda is if you want to get pretty comfort food, you can get that greasy stuff. Or if you want to be healthy, you can get the healthy stuff too. They got the grilled stuff as well as the fried stuff. So
that is very true.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Mr. Monroy, is there anything else you'd like to share before we have you head off?
No, thank you. Thank you for having us. Really, really appreciate the support and just trying to make the best for the class of 2021 with the circumstances that we have going on.
You got it. Definitely. Thank you, Mr. Monroy. Have a good one. We'll see you.
All righty. Have a good one. Bye.
Good luck.
So some great things going on over at La Quinta High, Mary.
That's really cool.
Yeah, why don't we continue on and we'll go to the social media, what's going on in the desert, in Desert Sands. You know, we're like I said, every time we're very fortunate to have a great communications team with Jan and Mary. We've been talking about this, the next big thing, the virtual college fair. So cool thing. They saw that people are using this. People are wanting it. They added that Sunday, October 18th date there.
Oh,
so they're having that much traffic that they needed to add another date. So that's pretty amazing that they did that. You're going to get a kick out of this. So our PE teachers in elementary school, Coach Flores, a guy that you met over at La Quinta.
Yeah.
He started it up by dancing and doing some videos in a costume. Well, this is another PE teacher from Roosevelt. And let me go ahead and expand this. So, Barry, what's going on? What's going on is a lot of the PE classes in elementary are having their students submit TikTok videos or whatever as a part of their PE, and they're doing it to music. So Coach Flores, who used to work at La Quinta, he's now at he's at Earhart. He's the one that started up with his classroom, and here he is doing activities as the chicken. Oh, it's kind of froze up on me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that is awesome.
So you got to love that our own elementary PE teachers are kind of battling one another in that and so forth.
Oh my God! And you got to love being in a costume. I just love being in a costume.
Definitely. So we got that going on with the PE department. as I'm not sure if you had issue who your Wi-Fi provider is and so forth, but Spectrum was down yesterday. So it's funny, as I was reporting on my phone and I'm on my Verizon network, I was able to get through, and people were watching to find out information. I actually found out while I was on that our network was down. It was all over the country with Spectrum.
Yeah, I didn't see anything up here, although
Okay.
I have Spectrum AT&T. I mean, up here, any given moment, you could have nothing. So we're so far up in the mountains. So, but I didn't see any interruption.
Got it. And lastly, this ends tomorrow, but this is pretty important. The county's sending it around. You need help with your college essays, make sure to go ahead and get that free opportunity there. So we got that. Let's go to Facebook. We got some cool photos. I know that yesterday was Coffee with a Cop Day in the city of Indio.
Oh,
and
okay.
our very own, let's see, as long as it loads here. Well, I'll talk about that in a second. But yesterday was Coffee with a Cop Day, and our own Mary Perry, our public information officer, made sure to participate. So it was kind of cool. Indio knows that they can't really have a coffee with the cops, but they did cutouts of cops.
Oh, that's awesome.
Place all throughout the city at their different coffee shops and so forth. So there's Mary Perry taking one with a cutout. We also have, she ran into a police department worker of Indio. Here she is again. Yeah, so there we are. She got to go out and see them and so forth. I know that. I thought there was more to this too, because I want to say Mr. Bailey was out too. Oh, there we go. There's Mr. Bailey.
Yeah.
He was out too. So you can kind of weird. You see the cutout, and there's two actual police officers right next to him and so forth.
That is too cool. What an awesome idea.
Yeah. You know, Brooke Bear over there is doing a great job with getting creative and so forth with their information going out. But so you know that as part of the DSEF board, we have some marquee events. And our biggest event of the year is traditionally CAMFest. Well, to help kick off CAMFest 2020, we've already had some meetings and so forth. And you being a board member, you're going to be just so you know, you'll be getting your board packet today. Your welcome packet. And with that being said, I'll share our CAMFest 2019 recap video. And I want to share that with the community here, because our team of board members and committee members for CAMFest did an amazing job with putting this together. I got Gary Lopez and James East. So I'm going to play this video here, Mary. Once it starts, I'll take us off screen, and then I'll bring us back on, okay?
Okay, cool.
All right. Just want to confirm that you can hear it. Okay, I'm going to take us off screen. Okay, Mary?
Okay.
We sincerely appreciate the efforts of Desert Sands Educational Foundation, where they've partnered with the community to host this wonderful event at this great venue, the Indian Wells Tennis Gardens, each year. Just keeps getting bigger and better.
This is a time when the students have worked hard since the beginning of the school year on their art project, their music, and their films, and they actually get to share it with their family, their friends, and the community.
It's a wonderful venue. CAMFest has really created the opportunity for our kids to really shine and really see them perform and, and enjoy their, just everything. It's great.
It's just a joy of watching the children enjoy themselves through art and music.
Music or arts activities stimulate their brain and develop additional pathways that wouldn't otherwise be developed that can accelerate learning.
For the kids to be able to come and really put their hands on art. And I think art and music are really one of the most important parts of education for our kids. It helps them with learning in so many ways. I have two sons that are musicians, and they're self-taught. And so to me, I think that if you can touch that on any of our kids, all of our kids need to have the opportunity to be able to expand on that and just try it. Just try an instrument or try art or try some sort of the creative side of their person. And I think that it really helps them with their education.
Most of the time when you're in school, it's geared into your head. You've got to prepare for college. You've got to prepare for, life after school. And it's always, hit the books, study hard. But there are those students who their life is music, it's art, it's theater. And now is the time when they actually get to come into their own.
The proceeds from CamFest, celebrating children, arts, and music, actually go directly back to the classrooms in the Desert Sands Unified School District, representing 28,000 students, 2,700 employees. Such a fabulous opportunity to celebrate student voice on stage.
And so you'll forgive me if I simply throw out my chest and
And if you think about the concept, it's really by students for students. Those students that are on stage are raising funds, helping to raise funds for arts and music in the classrooms that benefit all students.
So, Mary, that's CamFest in a nutshell. That's exactly what you're part of now.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. They're so talented. It's interesting to watch them.
Oh no, it's that CamFest. I'll tell you, it's grown since its first year, where they only had arts and music, and then they added arts, music, theater the following year. Then the last year they added a digital film room. So they had, I would say, easily a couple thousand students all involved, and it started at 9 o'clock, and it went all the way to 4 o'clock. And over at the Indian Wells Tennis Gardens, Mary, every spot was taken.
Oh my God.
And they allowed us to use like the VIP green room that they use for the tennis players for
Really?
our digital film. That was pretty awesome. And then we're on the the outdoors area. It's just absolutely beautiful grounds. And imagine having 4 stages all over. It's like I like to say it's like a kid Coachella, a kid stagecoach, because you have student performances, either if they're playing an instrument or if it's choir or if they're doing a 1-act play, whatever it is, they're doing it there. And the beautiful thing is we're taking it digital this year because we have to. We have to be virtual.
Yeah.
And we've reached out to our families and we told them what's going on. We've reached out to our teachers. We've explained to them what's going on. And so when Mr. Bailey there said that 100% of the proceeds go right back to the teachers' classrooms. So year after year, Miss Prawl over at La Quinta, they would sell $1,800 worth of classroom tickets, and that ticket money would go right to her classroom. Well, unfortunately, we're not selling tickets this year, but what we're going to allow is for each of our programs that participate to apply to use our text to donate for the month of November. So everybody will have their own text to donate number that will then be funneled, I guess, go through the foundation, which will then go to the program. So it could be a choir program, it'd be a dance program, it'd be a science program, whatever it may be. As long as it's CamFest related, they'd have that opportunity.
Oh, that is awesome. That should be a lot of fun. It should be, everything has been interesting to recreate.
Yeah, exactly. I think you said it exactly. Recreating a lot of different things. Most definitely. We're definitely recreating a lot of different things. You know what? I want to make sure to put out here. Let's see. We have an Irma Diaz that says thank you very much for our information. So that's always good when we get a nice little pat on the back. Thank you for that and so forth. I do want to point out, and I I'm remiss I didn't bring it up on October 1st, but later in the month, we're going to have some principals join us, Mary. Do you know why?
Oh, good.
It's National Principal Celebration Month, Appreciation Month. And I just got a text from Mr. Bailey. He wished he could have joined us this morning. One, he says happy birthday. And two, he wants to give a little shout out to all of our district principals and so forth, as well as principals that are watching us right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big job to take on.
Oh, yeah, especially when things are changing drastically right now, most definitely.
Oh, yeah.
But Mary, we're coming up almost on 10 o'clock here. I want to go ahead and close us out. I'll catch you up with backstage.
Okay.
But, all right. Mary, you be well, and we'll see you Tuesday.
Okay, we'll see you Tuesday. Bye, guys. Have a good day.
So there you have it, Classroom Conversations, episode 21. We're wrapping up here. As I shared, we are very happy to say that we partner with Desert Sands Unified School District, and obviously, the foundation is the arm for the district to help finance some of the things that they cannot fund and so forth. But we got a couple more happy birthdays, Mary. I want to say this. Sarah Cabello says happy birthday, and then we found out, Chef Mary, this young man Noah is from 10 years ago that worked with you. Over at La Quinta High School. And then you got to love that Deputy Contreras. Hey, thank you for watching us. We greatly appreciate having you watch us and so forth, and you supporting us. But this is Sean Webb, your Director of Community Engagement and Foundation. Thank you for watching us. Oh, more info, Mary. This young man was a class of 2011. 2011. So that's before my time at La Quinta. So that was when you worked with that young man there. Well before my time there. Yeah. But thank you for watching. We'll be back on Tuesday at 9 o'clock with Classroom Conversations every Tuesday and Thursday.